everyone, it's ASMR Duck. Quack, 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 quack. And today is a appreciation video for Ddemaine. Ddemaine became my first Patreon subscriber ever, so thank you very much, D. It means the world, and I'm going to make a bookmark for you, and we'll chat later, and we'll get the postal code and all that, but we'll send that off to you right away once I'm finished. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everyone that's been so supportive of me, and if you feel like my content is worth supporting through Patreon, there is a link in the video description and also on my page. And for the first 10 people that become supporters, I'll be making you something out of leather. Could be a bookmark or anything to like a placemat or a mouse pad. Just depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, without further ado, let's begin. So, firstly, we have my leather tools that I use to work on projects that I'm building. I made this one myself just to keep all of my tools organized. I like to have a spot for everything so they have a place of belonging. Next, we've got a piece of, I think it's maybe 2 ounce leather. I like this one because it patinas really nicely, which means that it, when it gets like scuffed and marked, it takes on kind of a beautiful markings that make it look kind of well worn. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut a piece out of it, roughly the size that I want, and then I'll work on that smaller piece which is more malleable. So this is my Japanese style cutting knife. Making the cuts on the leather is one of the most satisfying parts of the process. So here I don't need to be too careful with the leather, just getting the rough shape of it. So basically just a rectangle. Now we have it separated from the larger piece, so we can put that aside. Now we can begin the project. So to begin, I'm going to start by squaring things up a little bit. So I'm going to be using my mat, my ruler, and an X-Acto knife to just get the little bits off of the side that don't serve me. Just being careful to cut nice straight lines. And the cut doesn't need to be perfect to begin with. I can just work it into something that I like. taking my ruler. I'm now going to make this pretty large rectangle more thin, so it takes on more of a bookmark shape. I covered the sides of my ruler in tape because the edges were quite sharp and they were marking this sensitive leather. So now we've cut it down to size. It's beginning to take on a bit of a bookmark shape. You may have noticed that I'm left-handed and always moving it around, just trying to get the best angle possible. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a little notch out of the bottom just to add some personality. To the bookmark. And I think I'll do the same on the other side. Actually, I'm changing my mind on that. I'm thinking maybe we'll round them. Don't want it to be too symmetrical. I want to be able to feel like there is a top and bottom to the bookmark. So I'm going to use a glass as a template. Just using it to guide the blade around the edges. My apologies for a curl being in the camera. My hair's become a little bit unruly lately. Oh dear. Hopefully that doesn't happen throughout all the video. Then I switch hands and get the other side as well. And there, we're just gonna fix up the sides a little bit, get those corners a little bit more rounded. You don't want them to be too sharp. I want this to be aesthetically pleasing, but also personal in nature. Because I think with gifts, if you're going to give a gift, it should be personal, not generic. Because with gifts, it really is the thought that counts. It doesn't need to be big or expensive. But if you can show that you've put thought into it, I think that makes all the difference. So now we're going to start etching the leather. I'm just going to freehand it, and I think I'll start by imparting a little quote. From what I can deduce from Dee, they have a great sense of adventure. And so I want this bookmark to be a little bit of an testament to that. So, just taking my time to do a little bit of, I don't know if you'd call it calligraphy or chicken scratch, but the hand that I've developed over the years. I just heard recently that they don't actually teach cursive in school anymore. But this is my best attempt at being neat. Being left-handed, it's not always the easiest. But it says, never stop exploring. And now I'm going to draw a moon, just simply. And now some stars. We're going to create a night sky. And then, in the forefront of the image, some pine trees. We're just building a scene of adventure, or a place that we might want to be. It's one of the many great things, I should say, about books, is that they can take you away and bring you to a far-off distant land or an entirely different universe, or introduce you into the deeper intricacies of a life that's foreign to us. I'm just drawing a small mountain range on the left side. There's a quote that I really like, which is goes, "The view from the top is just the journey before." So what that means is it's a reminder that you should be goal oriented but process focused, and to enjoy the here and now, because where you're going to is just the culmination of what you're doing currently. Now we're going to add some smaller pine trees in. I do like my pine trees. There's a type of pine tree called a Douglas fir. Maybe they can have some called Douglas fir. Well, I suppose it'd be feathers in that. Anyway, I digress. And now we're drawing a winding stream. Some grasses on the side, like some reeds or bulrush. One of my favourite things that I've been doing this summer is going and trying to find waterfalls. And right now I'm thinking about one that I saw in particular, with a lovely winding stream. How calming it was. Now, I'm adding in a little bonfire. Having the logs, making a little teepee, and the little flames. And then we're going to put a couple of tents depicting a camping trip, exploring nature, getting out into the wild, and getting to connect with Mother Earth and yourself. Camping's one of my favourite activities to do, so in the summertime and the fall, I'm often out there every other weekend, exploring new places and trying to see all that nature has to offer. Gonna add another little mountain range onto the other side of it, just to give it a little bit of symmetry. Let me know what you think of this sort of drawing or etching, and if you have any ideas of what I should do next. Just adding a few more stars into the night sky. Now I'm creating a gentle rolling horizon, just to create a larger divide, to provide some more structure to the work. My apologies for the car sounds in the background. It's a rainy day, and the noise travels more when there's more moisture in the air. Now I'm just putting my little signature on it. Quack. There, a little duck. Getting pretty close to being finished. I think I'll maybe add some clouds. Some more grass. And that's the thing about making these little projects, is it's kind of about seeing the right amount of detail put in, because you don't want to put too much in, overcrowd it, but you don't want it to be bare and barren. And so we're just continuing to work away on it. Be interested to hear on any artistic projects that you like to do. If you put it down in the comment section below, I'd love to see what you're up to. Now we're just adding more clouds to the mountain range and a little bit over the moon. Trying to add a little bit of depth into it. Now, just adding some bushes into it. Try and balance out the pine trees a little bit. Now I'll just clean up the corners a little bit. I want that one to be more sharp. And I'm pretty happy with that. And so, the next step is to just seal the edges. So I have a little pot of toconol, which I use to put on the sides. Normally I would use a burnisher, which is a little wooden stick basically, to create a high gloss level. But due to the leather being quite thin, I'm just going to use my finger. Sorry that it's out of camera. I started doing leather making because of watching a YouTube channel called Little King Goods, who is a Canadian leather maker, I believe. And the videography that he was able to produce making these beautiful leather products was so relaxing. I used it to basically as ASMR to help me get to sleep and begin to unwind my mind. So I fully recommend checking him out. Really knows his stuff. I'll leave a link in the video description below. So, that's it for me for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section, and feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more content. Again, thank you, Dee. I'll be sending this your way. Alright everyone, take care. Bye for now.